Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Hope my beard's not too scratchy with this hoodie. I'm crossing the Max line, the light rail train here in Portland, heading home from having a little matcha down at the Portland, what is it called? Rose City Coffee. Portland's the Rose City. So, about to head off over the rail yard bridge, which I typically, it's kind of sketchy here at night. But I want to talk about a few things with you guys. And I don't live in fear mostly. I mean, some of the times I do when we procrastinate or we don't organize our lives. I think that's a level of fear. But I look over here, there's people living in tents all around here, industrial areas, places where there's no houses around. There's all kinds of people camping right now. And I feel a mixture of emotions through all what I'm about to talk about. I feel like sickness and lack of care for each other has become normalized in our unfettered sort of capitalistic I society. And how can we make money at all costs? At whose expense, and what expense are we doing that? Think about the luxuries that I have, the cognitive dissonance that I employ by, not taking as many steps as I could to make a bigger impact in the world, helping these people out here, since I have so much. And Christ teaches us to give away all your earthly possessions, help others, be of service, and be grateful to God. And that's exactly what I'm trying here to do, but can't beat myself up either. I'm so grateful for all that's going on. I wanted to share a few things that were on my mind that was kind of bothering me, is like these 5G towers off in the distance here. Now, these are all around. These have been put up, a lot of them, since 2020. So we went through a pandemic, people were in a fear state. Now we're inundated with 5G everywhere. And, you can't really talk about this on social media too much. I'll just leave it at that. You can think what you want about it, but I'm not a fan. And there's two towers. There's one over there and this one. And it's funny because usually my reception's poor over here. So what is the point of having all these towers everywhere? Several have gone up since early 2020. You know what happened then. So I'm over here. There's people's stuff under plastic. People sleeping out here. I keep moving people's stuff around. To think to have to live like that in this wet, it's not super cold here in Portland, but it's not, I'm grateful that I don't have to live that way. And I'm heading up over this overpass here. This goes up over the rail yard. I'm about to go up over that, so you guys know where I'm going. And this is like the site to be vacated and cleaned up for personal property. So they're putting it out there to let people know that they're gonna kick their crap out of here. And I met this guy who's living over there in the corner. These people are having fires in their tent. I'm like, that's a lot of carbon monoxide. And I went into this gentleman, his name was Hammer, and his little dog. And it was sad. I was trying to, commiserate with the local people that, maybe they're just dying to have someone to talk to them, have a conversation, feel like they're a human being and not, there's that tower right there, y'all. Yeah, freaking towers. Yeah. So, think about the people who go through every day without touch, without communication, seeing like they're not even humans. So many people are just busy rushing through their life, worrying about their Starbucks or whatever people in America worry about. I don't want to normalize that because I wouldn't support that crap. I have done a lot of things I wouldn't want to do anymore. So here we are up here on the top. It's dark, but you can see the tower behind me. Then over here, there's another one. So we got two. I can look down at the rail yard below. And just being grateful of what I have. Like health. Even if your health is struggling, being grateful that you have the level of health that you do have. Think of all the people that are worse off than you. Even if you've got a brain tumor. And I know, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor 9 years ago, in case you guys haven't watched any of my other videos. So, what are you grateful for? Do you write it in the book? I like to write it in my gratitude journal every day. At least minimum 3, and the first 3 are easy. God, Christ, Holy Spirit, you can keep going. Health, family, friends, access to clean water, clean enough air. Gonna go down these stairs now. So, what are you grateful for? How are you of service? That's the question. And we know that we can feel hopeless. Another thing I wanted to talk about in this was the feeling of hopelessness that people have. Like, I can't make a difference. I was talking about this through messages with my friend Sarah, my friend Trish as well. Like, how am I going to make an impact? What does my little vote matter? Well, your vote probably doesn't matter in the box, but I mean your vote as far as how you spend your energy, your one little choice, your one little action, that's your biggest vote. And it's not that little, because if you think about it, your reality is right here. It's no one else's reality, only yours. You're only living through your own experience. I mean, we are living energetically, connectively, collectively through others' experiences, but the real true, when you're in quietude and solitude and you're alone, not lonely necessarily, but you're alone, and that's how you feel. What's going through you? Like, that's the reality that you create. Focusing on these towers, you know, it gets me every time. This freaking tower back here, see that, and the one up over here, those are a thing. The fact that 95 or more, over 95% of the food in grocery stores, or that's sold anywhere, at the coffee shop back there, the airports especially, all this stuff, they're being inundated, not just by the food and the water pollution and the plastics and the microplastics and the pesticide-riddled foods, the conventionally grown foods with all the Monsanto, glyphosate, Bayer owning all that stuff, General Mills, bioengineered, all that stuff that you can just read it, and people don't read because they're like, what can I do? I'm just gonna buy this, I like this, I guess I trust this. I've always eaten Tony the Tiger or whatever. I've always had the Lucky Charms, so that's what I'm gonna do. And when you wake up and you realize, man, I'm eating, you know, tricalcium phosphate and like paint thinners and petroleum products, then you're like, okay, I am gonna read because I do care about myself. I know they're trying to, maybe they're not trying to kill you, but they're trying to sell you something to make massive amounts of profits, and they don't care how they make it, whoever they are. So right underneath these 5G towers, booming. And the funny thing is it's closed now because it's dark, but right next to it, under it, is a place called Earthly Gourmet. They're plant-based, vegan, whatever, and they distribute to restaurants. But if it's not organic, I'm telling you guys this, and I know there's a lot of BS in the organic game. I know it, but if it isn't organic at least, man, you gotta start somewhere. If it's not organic at least, then you're blasting your gut with glyphosate. You know what glyphosate is? Look it up. Look at foods that test positive for it. Bob's Red Mill, you know, all the General Mills and Kellogg's, we know that stuff's crap, but even stuff we think is healthy has loads of glyphosate in it. Cheerios. Look at this. See, this is the tower here. And it says, be aware. I can feel in my brain, I have a titanium plate in my head. I can feel the radiation coming. This is FCC rules for humans to get in here. Because right here, you're standing under this. And these people right next door here, they are the Earthly Gourmet people. And there's your food. You don't even need to microwave it. It's getting nuked right here. But seriously, don't use microwave ovens either. Those are terrible. You know, you've got to reconnect yourself with nature. Get out and put your bare feet into the ground every day, 15 minutes if you can, 20. Soak up those negative ions and get your blood going right, because you're under stress all the time. And learn to mitigate the stress. Learn to take some time to unplug. It's hard, I know, 15 hours a day on our devices. Kids of 7 only going outside for like 1 hour a day. Again, normalizing sickness. Look at the average American, 70% overweight, 40-something% obese, 20% morbidly obese. That's what we got going on right now. I say this over and over again. I'm like a repeater, because one person might listen to this one time and be like, okay, I'm gonna start reading labels. I'm gonna look for organic. I'm only gonna vote with my dollar. So maybe it is maybe it's organic, but it's Garden of Life, right? That means it's owned by Nestle. You gotta learn who owns what. if you see it in every store, everywhere, you're gonna think, why is it on every shelf? People paying the big money to get it there. And you get to a certain point, they can pay any amount of money and say it's organic. But what does Nestle do? Look at the portfolio. They're stealing water from people. They're pawning off like this poisonous formulas, and they're creating shortages for that too. So that's another narrative. Make you long for something that's not even good for you in the first place. And basically they're stealing water from people and don't believe water is a basic human right, that it's a food product. And you can listen to the video, Google Nestle CEO or president talking about water. In German, subtitles, read it. Okay? Nestle, Monsanto, Bayer, calling them all out. And all these other companies, Mars Company, Unilever, the bigger greenwashers, the ones that look healthy, they try to pretend they're healthy. The Garden of Life is Nestle. Again, New Chapter vitamins, used to take those. Procter & Gamble, call all of them out. Test on animals. If you're a vegan, yeah, no one should be unethical to animals. Like, eat them if you want. I mean, I eat meat, but I'm saying, like, you got to torture animals and eat hormone-injected animals and from factory farms. Like, wake up, man. Support the local farmer, the organic farmer. There's like less than 1% are organic, because it's all about making money. It's all about these subsidies and Bill Gates buying up all the farmlands, you know? So just being awake to that, not like getting catabolic in your thoughts, but just realizing that's what's real right now. And just, you don't have to hate these people. You don't have to hate Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab. They may be part of the lizard people, the Rothschilds and Rockefellers and all that stuff, the secret societies, whatever you want to think. A lot of these supposed conspiracy theories are not. They're real. They're just real. And like, why do you think they're that? They label them as such so that you'll think, oh, you're gaslit. You won't believe in the truth. We don't want you to think the government cares about you. The pharmaceutical companies are here to help you. It's like, right. If they could solve your problem with your health and cure you instead of treat you, then they'd be out of business. So let's be real. Everything is a business. And the watch Zeitgeist, anything about, you need a repeat customer. I mean, that's what I do, but I work in food. So of course, everybody's got to eat repeatedly. So that's something I can live with. Whatever you're selling, you want repeat customers. That's why the cell phones have a shorter life than they could. You could probably make a cell phone that would last forever, and you don't have to make certain features obsolete in Apple or whatever, so that you could have one forever, or a light bulb that lasts forever practically. But where's the business? Where's the return on that? You know, we live in a disposable culture where everything goes right in the landfill. Think about that later. I won't be here when that comes to a head and the great-great-grandkids are trying to find air. Anyways, a little tirade for you, a little matcha flow. So, yeah, we're here in front of Fred Meyer's, Freddy Kroger's. So Fred Meyer's is owned by Kroger, and Kroger is merging with Albertsons that owns Safeway. So 5 major food conglomerates in North America control 60% of the food right now, and organic's less than 1%. And I know what you're thinking, maybe organic, what are you, a hippie? You know what, I don't want to eat pesticides, y'all. Maybe you don't care, maybe you've normalized it, but I'm here to say, stop normalizing sickness, you know? Start having some respect for yourself. Stop thinking that your voice and your choice doesn't matter. It does. Go ahead and vote if you believe in something. Vote for it, especially at a local level, you know? But be the change, baby. Woo! Yeah. All right, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace.